Welcome back to the Good Guys Podcast. I'm here with a guy who's got a brand new home improvement show called The Hebrew Hammer. It's Ben Soffer.
If you need help, Tim, what's the slogan for home improvement? What's the theme song? Do you remember?
All I remember, dun 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 dun.
There was no line.
All right. Oh, they used to do that on Home Improvement.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that there was a line, but what you can count on with me is an estimate that's higher than what you'll actually pay. That I can guarantee. That I can guarantee. That I can guarantee.
Is that a key? You go in high with the estimate, and then the actual cost is lower.
Absolutely. Look, I'm going to do your entire kitchen, brand new marble. I'm going to tell you it's going to be 15 grand. I'm going to come in at 12. I'm going to hand you back 3,000. Did a beautiful job. Win-win.
You're nuts. It's never going to happen.
It's also too cheap, right?
Well, the problem is that they all go in low because they want to beat the competition, and then they know once you're in, you're effed.
Yeah, but then you're never going to want to use them again. I'm trying to retain the customer.
It's a great idea, but that's the thing, right? You never hear someone go, I worked with this construction guy, got done 2 months early and $3,000 under budget. Never, ever happens.
No, never. But that's because they're schemers. Like, the city is permanently under construction because they're paid by the city, and it doesn't matter how long it takes to get completed. It doesn't matter. And that's why we have traffic.
It's so true. It's so interesting when you are having like work done, whether you're doing an addition or you're getting something remodeled, because you pay the money. All of a sudden, it's like an army shows up, right? And they're breaking down doors and they're building things, all these beautiful skilled laborers working so hard to make your man cave perfect. And then it gets 3/4 done. And suddenly, it's a desert. You can't find a soul. No one's showing up. Everybody's busy. They're on the next project. But you're like, I got no hot water in here. The construction guy goes, how about next month I send somebody out? You're like, thank you. Thank you very much.
As a homeowner, how often would you say you need to spend a large sum of money doing repairs?
Well, great. Thankfully, we remodeled our house before we moved in when we got there. So in theory, we got a lot of that out of the way. But yeah, something always is going to come up. I have a slush fund basically of money that I don't touch, that when my water heater goes out like it did last year, I can literally just like write a check for the $4,000 it costs and not freak out. Like, I don't play with that money. I don't invest it. I leave it there as a God forbid factory, and it's good to me.
That's smart. Very smart, because I assume it's very, very stressful. We're not homeowners, renters. And everything that I hear from my friends that own houses is that, oh, today I need to fix all of my windows or my door or my landscaping or my roof, or it's just, you never know. You're dealing with the great outdoors, the natural elements.
Let's talk about the negatives to housing. Yes, everyone wants to own a home. Let's go negative. There's a bug. They're called termites. They eat your house. I recently, on a hot day, just saw 200 of these dead bugs reveal themselves on my floor. I don't know where they came from, and they're dead. They're dead as dead, but that means their friends are down there chomping away. They're treating my house like a golden corral. Like it's an all-you-can-eat buffet, these bastards. So then your exterminator goes, I don't do termites. That I don't. You got spiders, you call Ramon. You got termites, you find someone else. Yeah. Right? So then you gotta get another guy. Having a home is just about you putting together a series of guys. And that's it.
It's funny that you say that, though. In our apartment, we recently found a mouse. Did I tell you about this?
No.
We found a mouse. And if there's one thing about my wife, she is petrified of rodents. Again, everybody's scared of a mouse. Claudia is petrified. So we normally have our own exterminator that comes at least once a month, but the building now offers one. So we had the building guy come. He said he didn't see anything, no problem. We had our guy come in, took a look. There were holes everywhere, which means that the last tenant was just living amongst mice.
Ratatouille.
Filled in all the holes. Hopefully we don't see our friend anymore. But I gotta say, because when you were saying chewing through with the termites, those mice with those little teeth, they chew through. They create holes. All their friends can come in, hang out, eat your food. It's no good.
Mice have an optics problem because if they were wearing little tuxedos, I think we'd be happy to have them.
Yes, for sure.
Right?
Agreed. They do.
A mouse in a costume?
A mouse, honestly, in like a domesticated mouse in like a cute little house also does the trick, even not in a costume. A rat, on the other hand, nope. I don't care what they're wearing. Nope.
No, rats, first of all, rats need Ozempic, and they should have been, you know what? I don't think, animal trials are a good thing, but I think they're an inevitable thing when it comes to pharmaceutical drugs and testing. And I think they should have done a rat phase.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if the makers of Ozempic said 4 out of 5 rats lost half their body weight? Please, the whole world would be on it.
Yeah. You know how many rats there are in New York?
More than people.
Like 10 times more than people. It's
Terrifying.
one of the most chilling facts that when I'm reminded, it makes my skin crawl. That there's a city under the city that is just packed to the brim with rats. Packed.
And they would overtake you quick.
And I'm assuming we only see the fat ones on the street, like that king rat, because they're down there eating all the other rats. You think they're cannibals?
I don't know what they are, but they're not vegans like our Marshall. I know that for sure.
No,
and they eat
they're not.
refined sugar, unlike Marshall. What a revelation from last week's podcast.
Yeah, no, they eat refined sugars. They do, for sure. For sure. They
Marshall,
eat everything.
Our dear Marshall revealed that he doesn't eat refined sugar, and I'd like to dive in deeper if we may.
Mm-hmm.
What was the turning point? Like, what was your sugar bottom? And that's my drag name, Sugar Bottom.
I love that name. I had a incredible hair stylist, like cutter, woman, that said, she said, "Baby, you have so many pimples because you eat sugar." Like refined sugar. This is actually in college. And so I stopped for like 6 months then, and my acne cleared up. And yeah, I just decided to do that again recently because, I don't know, it just makes me feel better, a little bit more energized, and helps my skin. So it just worked out. And I don't really like sweets that much anyways.
Wow. Alternatively, have all the sugar you want, but take Ozempic.
Yes. Okay, so here's for instance, you're on a date, you really like the person you're with, and they go, I'm feeling a little naughty. Like, I just want to have a little something. And they order like a vegan hot lava cake or a vegan ice cream thing. Do you have a bite?
Vegan hot lava just made me think of like somebody taking a dump.
You're so grotesque,
that's like a sex position, like
it
a
is a
Dutch
high fiber diet.
like a Dutch oven. Like Marshall's squatting over somebody just taking a hot
What are you
shit.
talking about? I'm cutting all this out.
No. Leave it in.
He is begging to leave vegan
the vegan hot lava.
I think, Josh, to answer your question, to be polite, if it was a first date, but I like them, I'd lie and just say, "Oh, I'm stuffed. I'm good."
So you never have dessert?
Well, I have desserts of my own kind of category, sure.
He'll have a plate of fresh fruit, maybe.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah. So
That's not dessert, that's a chore. That's a punishment. I make my son eat fruit when he's not allowed to have dessert.
Yeah.
No, I know which Trader Joe's by my house have the crispiest blueberries, and so like I know which location to go to get
You
them.
know what?
Like,
you know what you should get, Marshall, in case you don't have it? You should get the Ninja Creamy.
Mm-hmm.
And you should you take all your fruit and you can make like non-refined
Sorbet.
sugar sorbets.
That would be incredible. Yeah.
Ooh, Ninja
some ice
Creamy.
and some strawberries. I don't
I've
have
heard
one.
good things.
Olivia has a Ninja Creamy, and she freaking loves it. She loves it. She makes this like protein ice cream.
Sounds
Loves it.
incredible. Yeah. What are your go-to desserts? Like, what's the perfect dessert?
Oh my God.
Did I open a can of?
I think I said a couple of weeks ago, I spoke about that banana Nilla wafer creme brulee top situation. That was probably it. I really do love a cheesecake, though. I'm a big cheesecake fan.
Yeah.
But to me, cheesecake all comes down to the crust,
Sure. Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Because you're going to get that hit of that beautiful cream cheesy sweet bomb, and that's great. But when you really, when behind it, when the caboose of the flavor train is that beautiful crust, the texture hit, gorgeous.
I also really, really love an apple pie. Like an
Same
apple
here,
pie
Queen.
with a vanilla ice cream. And it's making me think of that like little Entenmann's apple pie that like when you're like a little depressed and you're at Duane Reade, you grab one, eat it, and want to kill yourself. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
Of
Like,
course.
those are hot.
Oh my God, an Entenmann's coffee cake as you're walking down the street and you eat both ends before you hit the crosswalk and you take that deep breath where you think your heart stopped. That's living.
What percentage of Entenmann's sales do you think are to people that are severely depressed?
30%.
I don't know any sane individual that's walking in and getting the prepackaged M&M Entenmann's apple cake or those little donuts, or that's only when you're having a horrible day.
That's awesome. There goes our Entenmann sponsorship.
Why? It's fine. We're talking to a group of unwell individuals.
They should advertise. They should put the donuts next to the Prozac aisle.
They should. No, but then they won't sell. Oh, they'll sell in the beginning. But they'll never come back.
They should put the helpline phone number on the box of Entenmann's. Like, if you feel in trouble, call 1-888-527.
They should. They should.
Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
not-
No, there is nothing like inhaling. You know what I used to eat all the time growing up were the like cosmic cakes, zebra cakes. Marshall, you used to get down with those?
Oh, the cosmic brownies with the little artificial sprinkles.
Oh my
So
God.
good.
Oatmeal pies, all the Sara Lee joints. You used to do that, Ben?
No, and I don't know what a zebra cake is. Oh, yes, I do. Of course I do. Of course I do. Of
These
course I
were
do.
my favorites. When you can taste the trans fat,
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
it's good.
It's a very moist cake. That's what it is. I love a moist cake.
It leaves that film on your tongue of oil.
Oh.
Oh,
Mm.
God, that is so good. But wait, we didn't answer. You did. I would say my favorite dessert. I have a couple. If I'm being honest, executing my favorite sort of dessert would be a mint chocolate chip ice cream cake with hot fudge on it. Oy.
Mint chocolate
Oy.
chip ice
I
cream
love
cake.
mint chocolate chip. And as my wife says, it's got to be green. If it's white mint chocolate chip, it ain't right.
Of course. No. If it's mint, it's got to be green. Couldn't agree more. Mint chip is good. Not my go-to, but it's good.
Oh man. And then I also love hot lava cake. That's all great. But an apple crisp, like a real apple crisp from like a middle to high tier restaurant. I'm talking to Daily Grill. I'm talking to Cheesecake Factory. Like somewhere where they're really going to do it right and make you feel like you're part of the team. Please. Come on. I might take
Yeah.
my kids to the factory tonight.
I'm starving.
What are you going to have for dinner?
Oh, that's a great question.
What
I
are
think
we treating
steak. I
ourselves?
think steak. I think I'm making a steak. I'm
You're gonna
making
make
steaks.
a steak on a Friday
I'm
night,
making-
huh?
I'm making some steaks, yeah.
Will you
Maybe a
guys-
little potatoes. We're going to eat at home.
You're going to do
little
a
potatoes.
Shabbat?
We're going to do Shabbat, and we're going to pray for a Knicks win, and then we're going to watch the Knicks.
Shabbat for two, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
God bless.
Shabbos Kodesh. And you know what I wanted to do, Josh?
It sounded like you were saying Shabbos coded. You know, these days, a lot of people are learning all about the benefits of fasting. You know your boy is a faster, so is Ben. Kind of. Not sure if he's really doing it, but you know what? He looks great regardless. But, you know, if you want to sort of optimize weight loss, mental and physical performance, gut health, but you worry about the whole not eating part, that's not fun. Well, that's where Prolon comes in. Look, Prolon is a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. And I've had a lot of friends be on Prolon throughout the years. And you know what I never see them do? Say they're hungry. It's crazy. And yet they're getting the benefits from fasting. I know that's a big reason why I like it, because sometimes when I want to deviate from the fasting stuff, and, you know, eat a little bit of food, but I also want to continue to take the benefits, I'll do a Prolon cycle, like the 5-day program. And I really just felt so much better, because Prolon really isn't like any other diet, because it's not a diet, right? It's like, it's science, it's proven, it was, you know, sort of developed and researched for decades at the University of Southern California, no big deal. And it's just convenient and easy. So right now, Prolon is offering Good Guys listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/goodguys. That's prolonlife.com/goodguys for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/goodguys. Caraway, babe. Look, something exciting's arriving, and that means it's Caraway month, which is 4 weeks filled with fun deals and surprises that'll keep you on the edge of your kitchen stool all June long. June gloom? I think not, thanks to Caraway. We're dropping hot new deals every Monday in June, so keep your eyes peeled and your cabinets ready. Look, you're going to see a difference when you switch to Caraway, because first of all, aesthetically, they're gorgeous. You're not going to have a big mismatched pot set. One, the handle's broken. The other one's kind of got bits and burns on the side. What are you, in college? What is this, a dorm? No. You're a grown-up adult-ass person, and you need some nice pots. But you know what? They need to be affordable. And you know what else? They need to be toxic-free. Well, Caraway's got you covered, okay? Look, it's the internet-famous kitchenware that's a staple for any home. It comes in various modern shades with, you know, with basically all the things you need, like chemical-free ceramic coating, okay? No big deal. So your things are going to just slip right out. Easy cooking, slick, nice, but not that weird Teflon stuff. The Caraway products are made without any toxic materials like PFAs, PTFEs. It's no good. Look, and one more reminder that Caraway month is on. So Caraway's dropping limited time offers every Monday in June. Blink, and you just might miss them. Plus, if you visit carawayhome.com/goodguys10, you can take an additional 10% off your next purchase. This deal is exclusive for our listeners. So visit carawayhome.com/goodguys10 or use code goodguys10 at checkout. Caraway, non-toxic cookware made modern. Should we get into a story?
Yes.
I think so too. Well, a man says that his emotional support alligator, known for its big social media audience, has gone missing. Brunswick, Georgia, that's Georgia for you. A Pennsylvania man who credits an alligator named Wally for helping relieve his depression for nearly a decade says he is searching for the reptile after it went missing during a vacation to the coast of Georgia. Joy Henney has thousands of social media users following his pages devoted to Wally, a 5.5-foot alligator that he treats like a dog and hugs like a teddy bear. And he tried to take the gator to a Philadelphia Phillies game last year, and it was denied entry, which is a shame.
He tried to take the gator to a Phillies game?
Yeah.
Oh, my. He probably eats a lot of Entenmann's.
Definitely. I mean, at what point do you go, if you're going to have an emotional support alligator, maybe we let the alligator eat you?
I think
so.
so.
How much support does one need?
Not enough to put everybody around you in danger. And the idea of emotional support animals in general is pretty BS. Like, I think that for the people that need it, it's actually, I should retract. It's pretty abused, right?
Right.
For the people that need it, all power to you. You really, really, really need your dog. Otherwise, you're going to have a panic attack. I get it. But myself included, it's very easy to get this emotional support paperwork. 1, 2, 3. And then all of a sudden, you can bring your dog with you wherever you want. So I think it's heavily abused. And case in point of the abuse is this alligator. I'm sorry.
Crazy.
He doesn't need the alligator with him anywhere. Nobody needs an alligator with them anywhere.
But, and I would love to chat about this with the three of us, because recently I saw a TikTok of a guy who was blind and he has a seeing eye dog, but he has very limited vision. Obviously, he more than qualifies to be legally blind, but he has a very, very, he described it something like almost like looking through a peephole. So he can see, but it is very, very minimum. So he goes into a restaurant with a seeing eye dog, and he's talking to the host, and the host goes, "There's no pets allowed." And he goes, "Sir, I'm blind." And he goes, and he says, "Is it an emotional support dog?" And he goes, "No, it's a service dog. I'm blind." And he's like, "Well, you're looking at me." And he goes, "Yes, I have very, very limited vision, but it requires me to have a service dog, blah, 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 blah." And the host of the restaurant goes, "If you don't get out of here, I'm going to call the police. That dog's not coming in here." Okay. You believe this? So I waited for the follow-up. The follow-up came from, TikTok did what TikTok does. And the owner of the restaurant calls the guy, says the host apologizes. Over the top apology is just feels awful, says that they've had terrible experiences with emotional support dogs who were completely untrained and would run loose around the restaurant and use the bathroom and a whole thing. And the host had recently had a bad experience with that, but that this, of course, doesn't fall into that. So what do we think? Like, the dog definitely needs to be trained, right? If it's going to be an emotional support animal?
Of course, but before we get there, how did the blind guy figure out about TikTok? How does the blind guy know? How does the blind guy know that TikTok even exists? Wait, hang on one second. Hang on. Sorry, a phone call came through on the thing and I could hear it in my ear. I'm going to ask the question again.
Okay.
First and foremost, how does the blind guy know about TikTok? I couldn't get this part out of my head the entire story. Who taught him about TikTok? Why is he being filmed for TikTok? If you're blind, you don't scroll TikTok and you don't know that TikTok exists, right? Were we not all thinking this? Is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, so we can move on from that point. I'm just saying.
Stevie Wonder makes music.
Yeah, by the way, we got to talk about Stevie Wonder another time. It doesn't
This
make any
episode
sense.
is not going to be titled "Debunking Stevie Wonder" over my dead fucking
Another
body.
time. Another
We're not
time.
doing that. He is a national treasure.
Another time we will discuss
Marshall, if you make
Stevie,
the title of this "Debunking
we will
Stevie Wonder,"
discuss
I am gonna
Stevie Wonder.
If you bring up Reba right now, I'll quit the podcast.
By the way, did you see her last night hosting the CMAs? She was a vision.
Was she?
Oh yeah, and she did a collab with Post Malone. Josh, you're late on Reba. You're late on the resurgence
I'm
of Reba.
right on time on
You're
Reba.
late.
I'm not late
You're
on
late.
Reba. Oh, I'm right. Oh, train's coming in, and I'm here. I'm early.
You're late. You're late. Okay, so the owner, Schmuck, this is a fucked up story. Yes, dogs need to be trained. That's the whole point. Like, emotional support dogs need to be like seeing eye dogs where they're really, really trained. They have to. Otherwise, they're not supporting you. You're supporting them.
That's right. But I agree. If it's for panic attacks, if it's for like people with allergies, people with diabetes, like there's plenty of things that are like well within the realm. Like dogs are incredible. They can help so many things, but they can't be running amok in the restaurant.
What can they do for allergies?
I think they can smell if the person is like deathly allergic to peanuts, they can sniff out if peanuts are near.
I had in my head that like you dunk their fangs in in some kind of serum and they bite your calf. Like you're in anaphylactic shock and they just
No, they're like an EpiPen.
they're like an EpiPen.
That's nuts.
But that's dumb. Okay, yeah, sniffing is good. Like a sniffing bomb dog. One of
But
those.
they can smell if your blood sugar's going down. Can you imagine?
So cool.
I would not want a dog around me when I'm eating hot lava cake or kettle corn. That
No.
dog would go nuts. He'd be like, you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah, going through the roof. Wow. Dogs.
Yeah.
We don't deserve them. We
No,
absolutely don't deserve them.
They are the absolute best. And did you also
Would you
know
ever
that-
get a dog, Josh?
I love them. I'm just, I have two little dogs that are 5 and 1 named Max and Shy, and they take up too much attention. Listen, I gotta worry about a dog now.
But what about before them? You could have
I
gotten
had-
a dog. Oh, you did have. What kind of dog did you have?
I had a Maltese for 15 years named Monster.
Wow.
Cute.
Cute.
Shout out. I had him with
Shout-
I bought him with my ex-girlfriend. Pretty sure Paige hated that.
Shout out Monster. Did you keep Monster after you guys broke up?
I did keep Monster, and then when he was around 3 or 4 years old, I went to Europe for 10 days. So I left him with my mom. And when I got home, she's like, "You're not getting him back."
So Monster stayed with your mom.
Yeah, she's like, "I'm giving him the life over here. I feed him pasta." I remember that. She was like cooking herself pasta and she was like, "He loves penne." And I was like, this dog is going to have an interesting life. And he did.
Lived to 15 though. So
Not bad.
not amazing. Incredible. It was the penne.
And it was so interesting because they were thick as thieves, those two, Barb and Monster. But when it was time to say goodbye to Monster, she was like, "You're doing this." And I was like, "I am?" And she's like, "Yeah, you're the one." And I had to man up, take him in.
Wow.
Oh,
It's a horrible thing putting a dog to sleep. Horrible. Ugh.
it's
And
an
it's also-
agreement to be sad. Like
Yeah.
when you buy a new dog, it's an agreement to be sad in a decade.
Yeah, it's very, very sad. I need like Barb and Monster is a show. It's a TV show or it's a comic book.
It's a cartoon.
It's a cartoon. Like the marvelous lives of Barb and Monster, and they just go on adventures. You need to write it.
Yeah, perfect. We're going to Home Goods. Oh man, should we listen to a speak pipe? Guys, I love Chomps, okay? It's so easy, it's so delicious. There's no crap. It's just a delicious meat stick that I can carry around in my backpack with me wherever I go when I need a quick hit of some protein, of something delicious. Let me tell you, babe, it's hitting all those umami centers. I recently tried the venison, aka deer. And listen, trust me, I know what you're thinking. What am I, a hunter? What do I live? What do I live on the plains? No, but I heard that venison was like an incredibly healthy, good source of protein. But I was like, nah, I don't know how it's going to taste. With Chomps, it was gorgeous. Now, do you ever wish that there was like more than 24 hours in a day? Because same, but luckily Chomps knows real life demands real ingredients, right? You can enjoy a Chomps and know that there's zero sugar, up to 12 grams of protein, and it's low carb. Chompable flavors can take you to bigger, better bites every time. They come in 3 types of meat: grass-fed and finished beef. Had it. Venison. Had it. I just told you. And antibiotic-free turkey. Haven't had that yet, but I'm sure it's good. Kids love it. Adults love it. Look, right now, Chomps is offering our listeners 20% off your first order and free shipping when you go to chomps.com/goodguys. Go to chomps.com/goodguys to see all the delicious flavors and get 20% off your first order and free shipping. That's chomps.com/goodguys. Don't forget to use our link so they know we sent you. If you want our advice, if you want to ask us any questions, go to speakpipe.com/goodguys. This is from Amber.
Hi, good guys. I'm an original toaster converted to a good guys lover. I refuse to call myself a moron because I think I'm quite the intelligent gal. I do have a fun question for you, but I just want to share that coming from San Francisco, and it's a lot better than people get credit for. And if you ever do come to the city, Don't go to Equinox. Come to our gym, Lux Fit. So, if the two of you were to open a restaurant, what would it be called? What kind of food would you serve? And what's the vibe? I was originally very overweight as a child, so the fact that you talk about food so much just is a key to my heart. Let me know. Bye.
Should I tell them like what I actually want to do, or is somebody going to steal the idea?
I mean, can they steal the idea?
They could.
Then no. Then don't share it. Keep it with us.
Okay.
Lock it
So then
up.
what should we do? What should we open? All I'm saying is, guys, we're not just going to talk about food forever. We're not going to do something in food. Josh and I are going to do something in food, okay?
Yeah.
We don't know exactly what it is, exactly when it's going to
happening.
happen.
There's
We're
going to
literally
be a seasoning collab.
we're here. We're talking about food. We're priming you, and then we're selling something.
And
we're
then-
getting something there.
Once it becomes $1 billion thing, we're going to do a vegan collab with Marshall. No refined
yeah.
sugar.
Yes,
Ooh,
and we'll make 7 of them.
Marshall, are you like the kind of person who bites into a date and just goes,
Yeah, it's delicious. No. Dates are good. Come on now.
What about, I'm trying to think of a very fruit.
Sweet forward,
Sweet forward
natural.
Mango?
So good.
Love
Yeah,
a
the
mango.
best.
Yeah.
Mango's amazing. I
mean,
totally
anyway,
agree.
With tahini.
With tahini?
Yeah.
I bet you would love like a Thai dessert, like a mango sticky rice.
So good. Yeah.
we
Yum.
should date.
You know what?
I'm telling you, in another life, Marshall. Okay. What would our restaurant be? I think it should be called Tableside. Hear me out. Everything
Okay.
is Tableside, but it's not Benihana's.
I like
Wouldn't
it
that
though.
be fun? Extra. I think the more Tableside fun, because A, it's a show, and B, it just tastes better.
I agree. Totally agree. And then you know it's fresh because you watched them make it. That said, the only issue with Tableside, we couldn't do soup. You're there for like 2 hours watching them cook down all the food. It's just
You
like,
have maybe you do a soup cart like dim sum. That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
that
Like
would
who
be
you
cool.
and you start yelling them out like chicken noodle, tomato bisque, matzo
Yeah.
ball.
Ooh, Tableside is good. Tableside is good.
Okay, but let's talk through our table. So you could do a Tableside guac. You could do a Tableside tuna tartare. You could do a Tableside Caesar, Tableside
Yes.
Greek salad.
Yes, and then you can do Tableside steaks. Like you do like that little grill. You can absolutely do it in front of people. Like they do
Maybe
at
you
Coats.
finish it. You finish it by the table. The steak.
Yeah, you finish it. That's interesting. But you could also. It doesn't take that long to cook through a steak. 5 minutes, maybe that's still too long.
No, you can't cook a whole steak in front of someone. Then what are we going to talk about when we're watching Joe Schmo over there being like, oh, look, he's turning it.
No, it could take a long time. It's a minimum 4-hour meal at Tableside.
We do one seating
They're
in
like,
a week.
do you do no prep?
Can you imagine and you don't have all the ingredients? You're like, Rick, get me salt.
Yeah.
Tableside would be good.
Tableside would be good. I'm down for Tableside. Let's do it. I'm in.
Tableside with like a Tableside Houston's like hybrid, something like
Yes.
that. Really good continental American food. You could do it. You could easily do a sushi Tableside.
Easy.
Yes.
And delicious.
oh,
The other alternative is we just call it celebrity. And it's just, I will curate an entire gorgeous menu and that's it. I like it just celebrity or celebrity. That's the name.
yeah. Or it would also be like I'm trying to think of like a need for a place like what if there was a romantic date spot where all the foods were curated for the idea that you were going to hook up later that night so nothing was farty.
Mm.
You know? Like you're not
Yes.
going to feel gaseous.
High on the
Yes.
aphrodisiacs.
What?
High on the aphrodisiacs.
Yeah, Aphrodite. Love that.
No garlic. I'm not
No.
eating there.
No onion.
I'm out. I don't want it. I want to be farty and I want to taste garlic. And I can't keep skirting around what I actually want to do. So if anybody steals it from me, I'm going to kill you. But we need to open a beautiful sandwich shop called Good Guys Five Guys, Good Guys. Good Guys is the perfect name of a sandwich shop. We're going to make subs because Subway, Quiznos, Firehouse, all these places suck. And we're going to make a gorgeous fast food sub. That's the obvious. That's the obvious. And now somebody's going to rip us off. But I couldn't go through it and not say it. I'm here talking about fictitious restaurants. No, that's what we're opening.
Right. Good for you. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, next one is from Jessie.
Hi, Josh and Ben. My name is Jessie, and I'm graduating from college tomorrow with a degree in photography. And I need a little bit of career advice. So my goal is to
Don't go
work
into
in
photography.
the influencer space or the music industry, doing photography for social media or like album covers, things like that. And I feel like everyone always says to just reach out and DM people on Instagram and hope for a response to get into the industry that way. But I've done this so many times. I've even DM'd you guys, and you never really hear back from people. So I'm looking for some advice on how to kind of get into these industries and how to get your foot in the door and get your career to take off. Any advice helps. Thank you.
I'm so not trying to be a jerk. And if I come off a jerk, please tell me. But we're majoring in photography?
You're a jerk.
We're majoring in photography? I don't get it. Buy a camera. The best photographers didn't major in photography. Can we agree on that, Josh?
I don't think so.
There's no way that they did. They picked up a camera and they were just incredibly skilled and they learned. It's like saying that like the best YouTuber majored in YouTube. No, they figured out how to be amazing with a camera and how to edit. And they had like the networking chops to go and bring people into their universe. I don't know. Networking photography? Okay. We'll say it's normal. I don't think it's normal, but how do you jump?
Film? What about if you majored in film?
Totally different.
Why?
I don't know. You stumped me.
A photo, a
I don't
video.
know. I don't know. I've been stumped.
I think you make a fair argument that there are two ways in which to go about things, and I think what you're suggesting is a valid way to become good at something. But I think if you go to a great art school for that particular thing, you can learn a lot. Like especially as an actor, like. Yeah, if you study theater at like a community college in your hometown, there's a chance you're not getting a high-end education in it. But if you go to a Juilliard or a Yale acting school or whatever, like you're getting a good foundation.
Fine. I'll stand down. Congrats on your degree in photography. I'm sure it will serve you well. And I think that it was a wonderful idea to further your interests and career by getting this formal degree.
It's not going to help if you want to pivot. It's not going to help if you ever want to pivot.
No,
there's no pivoting.
No pivoting. Maybe into film. She could pivot to film. In terms of how to network, though, you agree, Josh, networking is a skill. Like, it's a totally different skill. They should have taught you in photography school, okay? They should have taught you how to get gigs. They should have taught you how to take your craft and give it to somebody. I think that DMing people and asking them if they want a free shoot in exchange for some shout outs is great. Do it enough, somebody's going to say yes. And if we had seen that, I didn't see it, I probably would have said yes. I love a free photographer.
I've done it.
Yeah, it's great. And it's great for the photographer who's looking for exposure. And it's great for us because we love free stuff.
Set your sights, though. You know what I mean? Listen, you start with me and Ben. That's Mount Rushmore. You know what I'm saying?
It's true. It's true.
Right? You got to go micro, little, mini influencers. You know what I'm saying? 10 to 100K, something nice. Or maybe, you know, someone with a couple 100,000. And you know, unfortunately... But it's good to do when you're young. You're going to have to do a lot of free work. But
yeah,
if you're good and reliable and quick, if you can turn over stuff quick, you're going to make money quickly because that's what everyone, and to like Ben can attest, we've used great photographers. Your buddy who did our first merch shoot was incredible. But like we're recently in LA, we wanted to shoot some merch and we just didn't have someone that we use normally. And it would have been great to have a guy.
Would have been amazing to have a guy. So yes, I agree. Set your sights a little bit lower. That said, if I had seen it, we would have used you. And for now, you can DM Marshall and do a photo shoot with him at Planta.
Yes. And feel free to DM me about other things like everyone else does. Like you need $300 because you're a struggling, student. I don't know. People ask me for money all day.
Yeah, and I want you to know, people, we need money too. Okay? How about you give me 300?
Good for you. All right, so our next question is from someone good. I swear to God. Where did it go? Damn it, where did it go? We're holding.
Do you ever just keep drinking from an empty water bottle, thinking that maybe the next time it'll have water in it?
Just hoping, really.
Yeah, like it's been empty, but just if I take one more sip, maybe it'll refill.
Okay, this one's from Samantha.
Hey. Hey guys. Big time Warren. Big time alcoholic. I am on my way to detox right now. And my question is for Josh. Do you have any tips or tricks on how to keep me away from that nasty little fireball? And Ben, big time Reba fan.
I knew it from the hey. That's what it is. This is how the Reba theme song goes. Hey! That's what Reba does at the beginning. I knew it.
Hey,
Wow.
I'm Reba.
Hey! Yeah, exactly.
I know the song. My wife sings it all the time. Who loves her kids and never stops.
Hey! My roots are planted in the past. Boy, my life is changing fast. Who I am is
who
I
I'm
want
meant
to
to be.
By the way, Marshall, you kind of look like Reba,
Oh, I see it.
right?
She could be mom.
I've never heard such a lackluster response. He's like,
Yeah,
"Bet."
he's like, okay. I'm like, like that's my queen right there. Like,
Marshall immediately goes into the snack room and eats refined sugar. He's like, well, with this new revelation.
yeah.
Wow, Samantha, I'm glad you're getting some help. This is hard. And going to detox is, for me, to me, I've had friends who've gone through it. I haven't, but it's, if you've been drinking for a long time, going to a place where you can get some help getting off of it in a controlled and sort of supervised way, I think is a really good idea. So congrats on taking the first right step, and I hope you find some help. Look, I've heard it said before that there's no wrong way to get sober. The only wrong way is to do it alone. So whatever you find is the best way to go about it. For me, it was 12-step, but a lot of people do it differently. I think it's great as long as you're getting help and you're not doing it alone.
I think that's wonderful advice. I'd also add that there is an episode of Reba where Cheyenne has a drinking problem, and you can watch that episode. She goes to meetings in Reba. Just saying, full circle. Hey.
Yeah, I remember I had a buddy who went to detox, and his sister called me and was like, he's getting out of detox in a couple days, and we've been having some good conversations, and he's not sure if he's an alcoholic, but so we'll see over the next couple weeks. And I said to her, just here's my only advice. I'm not one to decide whether someone's an alcoholic or not, but I do know that only alcoholics go to detox. And she was like, okay, good to know. I will tell him. And yeah. Should we get to our What Are You Nuts?
I think we should. I'm debating between two. I think I'm going to go with just the general population of people that lack self-awareness. And I see this every day every single day I see people lacking self-awareness. But there was a particular moment that struck me this morning where a neighbor of mine, I suppose, never met him, was talking to my doorman. And he's describing to my doorman about how, he's throwing his daughter a birthday party and they're really good friends with this club owner. So they got the club owner to open the club 2 hours early for his daughter for her birthday party. And they're like talking for probably like 5 minutes. And my doorman is just like nodding. He's not getting an invite to the birthday party. The guy's just talking about how he, through his connections, was able to open the club early. And I'm just thinking, like, what are you, nuts? Like, shut the hell up. Like, stop talking to people about things that they don't give a shit about. Like, be a little bit more self-aware. If you're describing a party to somebody in great detail that you're not inviting to the party, they probably don't want to hear about the party. That's all.
Word up.
That's all.
Shout out.
There are a million examples like that, but have some more self-awareness when you're talking to people about what they want to hear, not just what you want to tell them. That's all.
My what are you nuts is snacks. We have gotten to this place as human beings where we cannot go an hour without shoving something in our little face. Listen, you need a snack? Ma'am, you're 40, okay? My son needs a snack. He's 5. How about no snacks? How about you eat 3 square meals and you don't got to be bringing a lunchbox? I'm telling you, I watch these Instagram reels. People are packing lunchboxes like they're going to be in a bomb shelter. Like, and here's my Cheez-Its, and here's my hummus, and my cucumbers, and here's my yogurt, and here's my granola, and here's my sparkling water, and that's all going to get me till 11. That'll get me through till 2, and then I'll have my lunch. What are you, nuts? Enough with all this. Everyone is always snacking. Just eat your meals. I'm going to go to the snack closet as soon as we're done here. Marshall's biting his tongue right now. He's like, bitch, you're the king of snacks. I love a snack. But again, it's just like, I just feel like we've all become so dependent. It's like, just eat meals. What are you, nuts?
Nuts. What do you, though, then, Josh, suppose people do during a movie? Are you in favor of the movie snack?
I think you're on a plane. I think a movie snack. This is all fine. I just think this idea that people are afraid to go more than an hour without putting something in their mouth, it's a no bueno.
Agreed.
Or like you're sitting in the office and you got nothing to do, so you're snacking away. You're packing a lunchbox. Like you're not in elementary school.
No. And if you have this constant feeling that you need to eat food, Ozempic. It'll stop all the cravings. You're good as gold. Before we wrap, Marshall, as somebody that doesn't eat any refined sugar and is vegan, what do you eat at the movies?
Popcorn.
The popcorn.
He told us.
Okay. No butter?
Because that butter is fake.
Dry?
Fake.
It's fake butter, babe. He can have it. He'll eat that. He'll eat hydrogenated oils.
Sorry.
Sugar.
Sorry, that butter's not refined.
Sometimes I've seen him put his vape under the butter and smoke it.
You'll eat no refined sugar, but you'll eat that butter, the hot butter from the pump.
Yeah.
All right, good.
Look, I haven't had a drink in 16 years, and I do 10 zins a day. We all get through it differently.
I love it. And on that, folks, what a wonderful episode that was. As always, rate us 5 stars. If not, what are you, nuts? Listen to us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Watch us on Josh's YouTube because you got to see us in action. I'm looking at Josh's guns. They're smoking hot. He's kissing them. It's crazy. He's crazy. He's like it's celebrating a winning fight. Share our clips on Instagram. Follow us at The Good Guys. And Mondays and Thursday, folks. We'll see you next time.